Owning a pawn shop is hard work. With desperate customers who go to great lengths for a quick buck, there's a lot of scammers walking through the doors of the world-famous gold and silver pawn shop. Despite the Harrisons' best efforts, every once in a while a scam slips through the cracks. In this video, we've compiled the 10 craziest scams in Pawn Stars history. Let's get started. Number 10. Hendrix's guitar. When the team at Pawn Stars saw a customer who looked like he had been plucked straight out of the 70s hauling a Jimi Hendrix guitar, they thought they had gold on their hands. The case even included official documents declaring its authenticity, but after getting burned before, the Harrisons opted to wait for an expert. It was legit and valued at $1 million, but after failing to reach a deal, the seller went home, and it ended up getting sold to the expert who had appraised the deal in the first place, which raised quite a few ethical questions. Did the expert give a fake number just to prevent the Pawn Stars from purchasing it? We may never know. Number 9. Wells Fargo Ball and Chain. The history of creditors and debtors hasn't always been pretty. While today, debt will only get you a bad credit score, a customer offered Harrison a Wells Fargo Ball and Chain that reminded audiences of the bank's complicated history. Rick Harrison had a feeling it wasn't authentic, since the centuries-old item was far too fresh. Despite their initial hesitation, the Harrisons thought it was too cool of an item to pass up, and dropped $450 for it. After getting it appraised by an expert, his hopes were dashed when he learned it was a fake item not even worth pennies. Number 8. Willie Mays jersey. Forgers are truly the eternal enemies of the pawn shop owners Rick and the gang. When they were shown a Willie Mays jersey signed by the man himself, the team were impressed. Before purchasing it, there were multiple signs that it could be a fake. If the star had actually worn the jersey, then it shouldn't have been in such prime condition. The team took the bait regardless though, paying an astounding $31,000 for it. It ultimately turned out to be a fake, and the sellers made out like bandits. Number 7. Austin Healey Sprite. The market for classic cars is always booming, but the difference between a car worth hundreds of thousands and one worth just a few hundred can be as small as the specific model and condition it's in. When a customer rolled up with this classic Austin Healey Sprite, the Harrisons were drooling. Only when they tried to take it for a spin, the engine wouldn't start. The seller tried to spin it, saying it was an easy fix that he didn't have time for, and they bought it for $5,000. But when they took it to the mechanic, they discovered it would cost them $6,000 to fix. So much for an easy fix. Number 6. James Bond guitar. You heard that right. James Bond, fictional international super spy, owned a guitar? Not quite. When a customer came in with a vintage guitar that on its own is worth a lot of money, and the guitar came with a songs list the guitar had supposedly been used to record, the most standout one being the James Bond theme song, but the Pawn Stars overspent greatly, paying $55,000 for a guitar that really just wasn't gonna sell. It was a cool guitar, but nobody really seemed to care about its history, making this purchase a major dud. Number 5. Stolen goods. While the team try to take as many precautions as they possibly can when dealing with sellers and goods, the inevitable reality of owning a pawn shop is that you're going to be dealing with a lot of stolen goods. In the mid-90s, Rick Harrison bought a shekel of tire off a customer. This silver coin is an ancient relic of a Phoenician city in what is now Lebanon that dated back to 130 BC, and it was legit. After the sale, the crew was informed that it was a stolen good, not by the seller but by the person who had owned it previously. If that wasn't scam enough, Rick also overpaid for it, paying $1,600 for a coin worth $1,200. Big L's all around. Number 4. Fake watches. The world of premium watches from Rolexes to Richard Mille is a multi-million-dollar industry, making it a prime target for scammers. When Corey started working at the shop, he didn't quite have the eye for spotting fakes as his dad did. Scammers flocked to the store once they learned that he was so easily tricked. Reportedly, in 1 week he bought 6 different fake Rolexes from 6 different customers, costing the shop $4,000. Number 3. Joe Jackson's autograph. Every baseball fan will know of Joe Jackson, one of the best players in the history of the sport. Anything touched or owned by him will sell for big bucks. One customer brought in a book that he believed had been signed by the star player. If the fake signature looks a little funny to you, it might be because Jackson couldn't read or write. Rick was super excited about the item and against his better judgment dropped $13,000 on the spot for it. Chumley and the rest of the guys all had a good laugh at his expense. Number 2. Auction losses. The auctions are where the family take their hauls to recover some money. In one auction, they brought a 1940s Indian motorcycle and the James Bond Fender Stratocaster from earlier. While the items did sell, he faced staggering losses, losing $29,000 on the bike and $35,000 on the guitar. In the pawning business, that's just how it is sometimes. Number 1. Fake diamonds. The underground market for fake diamonds is extensive. After scientists perfected the craft at producing diamonds in the lab, the market was flooded with these trick gems. The Pawn Stars team was duped countless times by diamonds that were even tricking the professional appraisers. Over time though, they've gotten better at it. If they see a diamond without any blemishes at all, then you can tell it's probably a fake. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Let us know in the comments below if you liked this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell for weekly videos. See you in the next one.